Hello everyone. So today we are discussing the nervous system, specifically the parts and regions of the brain and cranial nerves including their location and function. So without further ado, let's get going. Parts and regions of the brain. The brain has three parts which are cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. And the four major regions which are cerebral hemisphere, diencephalon, brainstem, and cerebellum. Let us first start with the parts, followed by the region. Now, let us discuss them each. Parts of the brain. The parts of the brain and nervous system plays a big role as they are the body's central control center and communication network, enabling us to move, think, feel, and react to our surroundings. And that is why every part in the nervous system has its own function that helps the whole nervous system work. Parts of the brain. Cerebrum. The largest part of the brain is responsible for the higher level function like conscious thought, memory, language, and voluntary movement, and is divided into two hemispheres. So yung cerebrum daw po is may two hemispheres which is the left and right hemispheres. Left and right hemispheres. The cerebrum is divided into the left and right hemisphere by a deep longitudinal fissure. The two hemispheres remain in contact and communication with one another by the corpus callosum. Each hemisphere further subdivides into frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal lobe. Each lobe carries out different functions. Next part of the brain is cerebellum. The cerebellum, located in the lower back part of the brain, plays a vital role in most physical movements, including eye movements. It is a part of your brain that helps coordinate and regulate a wide range of functions and processes in both your brain and body. While it is very small compared to your brain overall, it holds more than half of the neurons or cells that make up your nervous system in your whole body. Next. Next part of the brain is brainstem. The part of the brain that is connected to the spinal cord. The brainstem in the lowest part of the brain or just above the back of the neck and is made up of the midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. It controls many vital functions such as breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure, and the nerves and muscles used in seeing, hearing, walking, talking, and eating. And our brainstem sends message to the rest of your body to regulate balance, breathing, heart rate, and more. Next, regions of the brain. These are the regions of the brain. Four major regions of the brain are cerebral hemisphere, diencephalon, brainstem, and cerebellum. Let us first start with the cerebral hemisphere. Cerebral hemisphere, part of the brain that controls muscle functions and also controls speech, thought, emotion, reading, writing, and learning. Cerebral hemispheres, um, it is also has the right hemisphere that controls the muscle of the left side of the body, and the left hemisphere controls the muscle on the right side of the body. So dito po sa cerebral hemisphere, magkabaliktad po yung kinokontrol niya. Yung right para sa left and yung left para sa right. Next, diencephalon. Diencephalon acts as a primary relay and processing center for sensory information and autonomic control. Diencephalon is the region of the embryonic vertebrate neutral tube that gives the rise to interior forebrain structures including the thalamus, hypothalamus, posterior portion of the pituitary gland, and the pineal gland. Brainstem, the stalk-like region of the base of the brain connecting the cerebellum to the spinal cord, consisting of the midbrain, pons, and medulla. and regulates vital function like breathing, heart rate, and sleep-wake cycles. So brainstem, it connects your brain and spinal cord. It carries signal that regulates many body function. Next to it is the cerebellum. Its function is to control balance, posture, and coordination, but also involved in regulating muscle tone and learning new motor skills. Cerebellum is a part of of your brain located at the back of your head, just above and behind where your spinal cords connects to your brain itself. Next are the cranial nerves including their location and function. Cranial nerves are a set of 12 paired nerves that stem from your brain. They have a wide variety of functions, including helping you to see, taste, smell, hear, and feel sensations. They also help you make facial expressions, blink your eyes, and move your tongue. Um, our cranial nerves begin toward the back of your brain. They're a key part of your nervous system. And our cranial nerves has 12 pairs, so we are going to discuss them each. Olfactory nerve or CN1. It provides the sense of smell. Cranial nerve 1 is the shortest sensory nerve. It starts in your brain and ends in the upper side part of your nose. Next to it is the optic nerve or CN2 that provides vision. The optic nerve is composed of millions of nerves fiber that sends visual message to your brain to help you see. You have an optic nerve at the back of each eye that connects directly to your brain. Next is oculomotor nerve or CN3, opening and moving your eyes and adjusting pupil width. The oculomotor nerve exits in the brainstem near midline at the base of the midbrain, just caudal to the mammillary bodies. It passes through the carnivus sinus and proceeds through the supraorbital fissure to reach the orbit of the eye. Next is the trochlear nerve or the CN4, including looking down and moving your eyes toward your nose or away from it. It originates from a pair of symmetrical trochlear nuclei within the medial midbrain at the level of your inferior colliculus. Next is the trigeminal nerve or CN5 that provides sensations in your eyes, most of your face, and inside your mouth. It also allows you to chew food. So it is near your temple at the side of your head, in front of your ear, and is located within Meckel's cave, a space filled with cerebrospinal fluid between two layers of dura mater over your temporal bone. Next is abducens nerve or CN6, moving your eyes from left to right. Abducens nerve is located in the pons at the floor of the fourth ventricle, at the same level as the facial colliculus. Next is the facial nerve or CN7, controlling several facial muscles to make facial expression and providing the sense of taste and part of your tongue. Facial nerve arises from the brain stem and extends posteriorly to the abducens nerve and anteriorly to the vestibulocochlear nerve. So next is vestibulocochlear nerve or CN8, providing the sense of hearing and balance. This nerve emerges from the ventrolateral margin of the brain stem near the junction of the medulla, pons, and cerebellum. Next, glossopharyngeal nerve, providing taste sensations to part of your tongue and controlling muscles for swallowing. It also has parasympathetic nerve fibers that plays a role in blood pressure regulation and saliva or spit production. It originates from the medulla oblongata and terminates in the pharynx. Vagus nerve, which function is regulating several automatic body processes, including your digestion, blood pressure, heart rate, breathing, mood, saliva production, and more. It's the main nerve of your parasympathetic nervous system. So this nerve is running from your brain to your large intestine. Your left vagus nerve travels down the left side of your body, and the right vagus nerve travels down the right side of your body. Next is accessory nerve or spinal accessory nerve, controlling shoulder and neck movement. This nerve is located in the lateral aspects of the anterior horn of the spinal cord and stretches from where the spinal cord begins through to the level of about C6. Hypoglossal nerve, or our last nerve, controlling tongue movement, which plays a role in speaking, eating, and swallowing. It starts at the base of your brain, it travels down to your neck and branches out, ending at the base of your underside of your tongue. So these are the 12 cranial nerves, or the 12 pair of cranial nerves, and we are now ending it with this one. The nervous system plays a vital role in all our actions. It enables us to engage with the world, maintains the function of our organs, and facilitates learning and memory processes. Exploring its function can lead to improved health and oral well-being. And that is all for today. Thank you for your time and effort.